Wes, why do you think that the Democrats do what they do? I mean, what's the downside to coming out strong? I mean, look at here's President Bush, right?
I'll tell you what the downside is. The downside is the first person who does it is going to be labeled a kook by the national media. Mm-hmm. That's the downside, because look, there's this whole kabuki theater thing that goes on with the Senate and the press and the House and the administration, and what you have is, like, people said they're pretending that they're statesmanlike by not bringing up anything terribly controversial or getting emotional about things. And it's a huge mistake. It's the way we have so many fundamental problems in this country right now that are unaddressed because the people that we've elected and sent to Congress in both houses won't tell the truth and just come out and say it. Because if you get a lot of them alone in a room, they'll say, yeah, Iraq's a disaster. We shouldn't have gone there. We shouldn't be there. The president's a criminal, whatever. Put them in front of the microphone and on the Senate stand, they'll say none of that. They'll tell you that our trade agreements are screwed up. Put them on the stand, they won't say that. It's the way politicians are.
Well, let me ask you about that, though. I mean, you mentioned the media and you said they'd call him a kook, and I think my instinct says that you're right. What's the incentive of the media? Why are they, ready to call anybody who comes out and says, hey, look, this war is illegal, and what they've done here in regards to, as you mentioned, torture and warrantless wiretapping and a number of other things is illegal, and we need to take action. One, we need to stop the war, and then two, we need to look into impeachment. And I've heard the media on our show over and over say, whoa, we can't have impeachment. Whereas I didn't hear them saying that during the Clinton thing, on far, far less. What is it about the media that you think drives them to react in that way?
I honestly have no idea. I mean, part of it is they all go to the same cocktail parties as the people in Washington. They are friends with these politicians. And when somebody wants to push them into a direction that, look, once you start impeachment proceedings, you've pretty much shut the door on the administration. You've more or less declared war on them politically. And
well,
that's not what they want.
Wrong with that?
Nothing in my view. But it's when people say what's reasonable, what's not reasonable. There's a whole lot of things we do in this country that aren't reasonable that the media simply buys off on.
I think what the media responds to, and I think what a lot of people respond to, and what I can't quite fathom why the Democrats haven't figured out, is strength. So let me give two examples. And the Republicans, they have figured this out. I mean, that's their genius so far politically, is they know how to be strong. So, for example, 2006 election, Democrats win overwhelmingly. They win 36 Republican seats. They lose none. It's a 36-0 rout, right? And Bush comes, and everybody said, and the Iraq Study Group comes in and says, all right, we got to begin withdrawal. And the generals come in and say, we're certainly not for escalation. We don't want any more troops in there. And Bush comes out and says, no, we're going to escalate. And why is that genius politically? Because if he wants to stay in there, which he clearly does, now he's shifted the debate from should we withdraw to should we escalate. So he's already won, because you're debating something that's even more extreme than where we started with. So now we're having non-binding resolutions about whether we should escalate, and we're not even beginning the discussion of withdrawal.
It's not even a slap on the wrist. It's non-binding. It's not even a slap on the wrist. It's nothing.
See, he came over the top of the Democrats, and it totally worked on a policy level. Now, on the long term, he might have a price to pay, and the Republicans might have a price to pay politically because it's the wrong policy. But my God, if it was the right policy, it'd be a gigantic win. And then in impeachment proceedings against Bill Clinton, in the beginning people were like, whoa, really? But then all they did was they overpowered him. They're like, of course, he broke the law. We absolutely, positively must have impeachment. And what did the press do? They said, oh, okay, sure, I guess so.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
I mean, Wes, am I misreading it, or does it seem like it's just as simple as just coming out stronger? And if you come out strong, people go, oh, okay, I guess you must be right because you were saying it really forcefully.
No, it's not a matter of just coming out strong. It's a matter of coming out in a way that's right. I mean, that's rational and just and legal. That's all there is to it. The words you use are irrelevant. I mean, the President of the United States authorized our servicemen to torture people. Period.
All right, what I'm not getting...
What is there to debate about it?